Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Our last guest he's been in showbiz since childhood, and his music space enables the Black and fluid community to step into the realms of magic and possibility, my favorite topics, of course, which led to the creation of his albums, such as Psalms of You and Malachite, and his latest project, Somewhere in Time, takes you through life altering learnings and through the deconstruction of outdated realities, which is what we've been discussing all day. All right, we're looking forward to furthering this discussion. Please welcome singer, songwriter, and musician Blue Jay.
Hello.
Oh, welcome. I know everybody's just been appearing with giggles. I don't know.
It's in the air.
It is. It's like a
Yeah.
giggle fest. This show.
It's definitely you. You bring such beautiful energy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, joy is a choice.
Yes.
I'm sorry. So,
Okay.
First, let's just talk about, and I'm saying I'm sorry because I'm like, you guys, I'm sorry because we already started this, prior to getting on camera. And so we're going to try and catch you guys up.
Yeah.
But first, let's start with, and of course, because I can't help myself, I'm a jokester. So it's Blue Jay,
Yes.
formerly known as Pharaoh.
Yes. Indeed.
So let's talk about that transition first.
Okay. So, when I started creating music, the name Pharaoh was given to me, and it was pretty serendipitous because Prince is one of my icons, one of my greatest inspirations. And so Pharaoh sort of fell in place. And then I remember it was my first live performance, and I was debuting Malachite, which is released under Pharaoh. And after that, I just felt a shift in myself. And I remember the next day, right after the show, I was taking a walk through the park with my best friend, and there was this feather on the ground, and it was blue and black. And at the time, I had no idea what this feather was. I didn't know the pattern. It wasn't familiar to me. And she told me to pick it up, and I told her no. She was like, pick up that feather. And so I can only attribute the full shifting from Pharaoh to Blue Jay through her, because when we returned home, we looked up the feather, and there enough, it's a Blue Jay feather. So everything has been very serendipitous, very already predestined.
I love,
Yeah.
with a sense of surrender, right? Because you can only allow that to present itself if you honor whatever
Exactly.
is going to be
Exactly.
right? And so I know I speak in cryptic sometimes,
No, it's
only
okay.
because
You and me.
I know, but we have to make sure that they're keeping up. We don't want to exclude
Right,
them.
right.
I think they're already used to that style of communication, and really, for me, it's important for us to have these conversations because going back to the pandemic and the isolation, and I want to say there was a rebirth on everybody's part, and there's
Absolutely.
also a rediscovery, and that I think the rediscovery really comes from this consciousness that was really amplified because we had no choice, right? Well, we did. I mean, some people chose to like sit in front of the TV and let fear dominate
Right.
their
Right.
existence.
Right.
And then there's those of us who decided to go inward and understand that our existence is more than this,
Exactly.
which is the conversation we're having.
Exactly. I completely agree with everything that you said. Prior to the pandemic, I was doing a lot of theater work.
Right.
I was doing a lot of theater work, and I came very quickly just to a halt. I remember I was actually on tour with Step Show the Musical with by Maxine Lau, and that got canceled due to the pandemic.
Right, you can tour.
Exactly.
Right.
And then somewhere along the line, I gathered my strength and started to create my own stuff.
Yeah, but how did that happen, right? You had to come through. It's almost like the phoenix, right?
Absolutely.
Like, it had to burn to ashes because you had nothing going on,
Absolutely.
and you had to like
Absolutely.
scramble and figure out like what is going to be my next steps. How am I going to move forward, right? But the only
Exactly.
way you could do that is by being still.
By being
which is what you
still.
did.
By being still.
I know, I can't leave that part out because
No, no,
I
no.
studied all of your work and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this being.
I appreciate that. And no, definitely. Stillness has been immense for me because I feel as though in every other aspect I've been moving very fast. I'd like to say at the speed of light. And so practicing stillness within the motion has been a very big part of just my daily life. So yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Right. So it started there, and then you produced all this beautiful music. That is
Yes.
totally
Yes.
all right.
In my room.
In your room.
In my
all right.
room.
So
By myself.
and there's so many different like what are the different levels in the way your sound is transmitted, right?
Yes.
And you know, hopefully this isn't offensive, but
No.
I was like, oh, this is like a updated psychedelic.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. You got it right on the head.
But I also took the time to see that you make it your business to do
Yeah.
sound bathing, you know, that you exercise meditation with sound baths. And so you can only produce that style or that messaging.
If you're living it.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And so from where you started to where you are now, take us through that journey.
Okay. So what a journey it has been just to right here right now. I don't even know how I'm here right now. This is really cool.
Yeah, you're here. You arrived.
But I remember just feeling very low in my energy when everything came to a stop. And I remember my best friend, who I can't retell any of my story without recalling her.
Okay.
And she's also an artist herself.
And what's her name?
Kira Finn.
Kira.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kira. And she told me, start making music. Like, just start doing it. And I remember I started off and
So she's like your earth angel.
quite literally.
Yeah.
Like, I like to refer to her as myself in female form.
Oh, right. Your reflection.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. You walk around with a mirror.
I do.
That's awesome. That you're aware of it.
Yeah.
I know I'm speaking encrypted again,
It's
but you
okay.
get it.
It's okay. I absolutely do. And you know, starting out, it was very difficult and frustrating for me because it was new territory. I didn't really know how to produce and mix my own vocals, etc. And so it was just a challenge, a feat.
Right.
But once I just kept doing it and kept going at it and
Like
really
everything in life, the more
like
you do it, the
everything,
better you get at it.
I discovered my sound, discovered my texture, my purpose, what I'm trying to do with the music.
Right.
And then things just started happening.
Right.
They just happen.
And so how many EPKs do you have now?
How many what?
Do you have EPKs?
No.
Oh,
So
we're not there yet.
we're not there yet.
But you're working towards that.
Exactly.
Okay, so how many sounds do you have right now?
Okay.
Because when I was going through your stuff, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Produced a lot.
So I have out right now currently four projects.
Right.
Yes. Kojita Ergo Sum, Malachite, Psalms of You, and Somewhere in Time.
Right. And they're all singles.
They're all actually full projects.
They're full projects.
They're full
But they're not
projects.
EPKs.
They're not
All right, I
EPKs.
just want to be clear.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
okay.
No, it's okay. I know it's a bit confusing.
Okay.
However, right now, currently, I'm working on my EP, which will be out this summer on all streaming platforms. And one of those songs I will actually
Be performing today.
Here. Yeah.
So before we go, let's talk a little bit about the song you're going to be performing today. Why
Yes.
you chose it.
Yes. So to you is off of my EP. I don't want to just give the title away just yet.
Right.
But To You, the song is one of my favorites. It's fun. It's bursting with romance, fantasy. I made the song with the intention to channel the highest energy, the energy of my highest lover. So I'm currently single.
Hint,
However,
hint.
hint, hint. However, um, I believe in connecting
Right,
while not connected in physical space just yet.
right.
And so I channeled that energy and conversed with my partner. And I really just put all that into the song. And I didn't realize how good of a song it was until like at least like 2 3 weeks after making it, and I was like, this is insane. But at first I was like, okay, this is cute, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like after a while, I was like, wow, this is the single. Like so, a completely different shift in perspective. I love that song.
That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an amazing discovery
Yeah.
to find within yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because I understand, right? As a writer, I'll write something and then it's like, oh, okay, that's nice. And then when I revisit it is really what determines like where I was or
Yeah.
whether I think it's good or, you know, we're our worst critics, right?
Exactly.
So for you to do it and be like, all right, it's good, and then to find that it is the single, as you mentioned, then I can only imagine it's going to speak to us in dimensions because I already, I already got a taste of your style
Yes.
and your voice range or the way you're mixing it. It's quite extreme, so I don't know which one we're gonna get today, and I can't wait to see.
I'm excited to show you all.
All right. Well, I thank you for this
Thank
profound
you.
conversation and congratulations on your new discovery as Blue Jay.
Thank you,
Who's
thank
going to
you.
be flying away very shortly. So you guys don't go anywhere because when we return, Blue Jay is going to perform for us after the break. You don't want to miss.